My name is Lushanya. I am Hunkpapa Sioux from the Standing Rock Sioux tribe out of Fort Yates, North Dakota, and I'm of the Lakota Nation. When I arrived at the laundromat, all of the dryers were being used, and there was a young woman and an older woman in the laundromat. I believe after about 30 minutes, I thought, well, this is kind of interesting that I've been here and these people haven't asked if I would like a dryer. At one point, I asked the young woman, I said, hey, I only have a few blankets to dry. Would you be willing to let me have one dryer? Can you combine your clothes so I can have one dryer? The older woman came at me and said, pardon my language, who the fuck do you think you are talking to my niece? I said, excuse me? And I said, oh, I'm so sorry. I just was asking for a dryer. And she kept approaching me and saying, you have no effing right to talk to her. And this young woman was saying, Aunt Dawn, stop it. At the point where I thought I was going to be punched in the face, I happened to see a camera. I looked at it and she looked at it. The woman looked at it and she backed off. And I would be going 3 miles over the speed limit. And I thought there was a law that you had to go 10 miles over to get a ticket. But that wasn't happening here. I was just getting tickets. It seemed like every time I got pulled over, it seemed like I was getting a lecture about my behavior, but there seemed to be this reprimand and this talking down to that I was defensive. I was in the car one time with a white person in the passenger, and I got pulled over because they were on their phone. My phone was on I had the GPS going, and I said I wasn't on my phone. My phone has the GPS. She was on her phone. For 15 minutes, he told me, no, you were on your phone. I saw you put it down when you saw me. And I said, you are welcome to look at my activity. I said, I'm sure you know how to do that. I said, but I'm not going to accept your accusation that I was on my phone. He let me go without a ticket. My white friend said, wow. I said, wow, what? And she said, you dictated every move to that officer. I said, you put your hands on the steering wheel. You tell them I have to reach behind and I have to get my purse where my license is. I have to open my glove compartment to get my insurance card out. I said, doesn't everybody do that? And she said, no. The authorities are who we're supposed to trust. I've not had that experience. It's almost as if the police I'm automatically a suspect, even if I'm the one asking for help. I recall reaching out to one particular school and inquiring about my application. And what I was told was, I see your resume here, and I've been wanting to call you, but I didn't want to butcher your name. And they said, you should really change your name on your resume so that it's more pronounceable. When I went to vote, and I gave my name, I was asked, how did you ever pass kindergarten with that name? It wasn't until I left Vermont to go back to Arizona I realized there was something really going on here. I always felt like an intruder. I always felt, like I said, watched. This Choices for Care program would pay a stipend to 2 caregivers. In February, my mom filled out the application for Choices for Care. In April, our social worker called Choices for Care and said this application was submitted in February. What's the status? She was told, oh, it's been sitting on my desk for a month. Her wife never got payment for taking care of her, and I got 1 month's payment. But some regular trainings on real life scenarios within multicultural communities, and truly some restorative justice protocols for our state agencies and our state departments, that when mistakes are made, it's okay, and they've also have got to do better.